Greetings, everyone. How's everybody doing today on this really wicked freaking day? Very hot today, and I just wanted to talk about some things and randomness of things that are floating in my head right now. So I guess we'll have to see what is going on with everybody. And I'll be checking things out very soon. Let's see. Alright, okay, now I'm done. So, let me tell you what I did this weekend. I went to a, hello, if you don't know me, this is GrimlockStone. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully Facebook is having fun and all the other shenanigans that are going on. So let me tell you what I did this weekend. I went to Ocean State Paracon. What is Ocean State Paracon for you YouTubers? Well, if you go to a place called Rhode Island, it's called the Ocean State. So Ocean State Paracon, you know, paranormal, Paracon, paranormal. So you had a bunch of mediums, investigators, people with the paranormal aspect, in one awesome area. Now, I always like going to this event because they do charity and stuff like that. And it's always very interesting to do that. Now, I will say that one of the things that I did come across is this. It's a comic book based on an actual investigation that they did. And the artwork is simply amazing. Check this out. I have not read it yet, but when I do read it, I will give you the play-by-play on what I actually think. And this happened in Massachusetts, the next-door neighbor of Rhode Island, apparently. This paranormal investigator was there. I was in New York, and I had a conversation with him. And he has other stories coming up in comic book form of things. Now, this is something new, an original idea of having paranormal investigations in comic book form. This is cool. I like it. It's in black and white. I've seen the artwork. Like, I haven't read it yet, but this is actually based off of an actual event that actually happened, and it looks simply amazing. And yes, Chris, I got you a copy signed, and hopefully maybe Great Stories can, start that up and help support this guy to make more interesting comics like that. I haven't read it yet, so I don't really know how good it is, but we shall see. Jason, thank you for the thumbs up. Always appreciated for the support you guys give me. Simply awesome. Now, if you YouTubers are wondering who I'm talking to, I usually do Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So, I am on my Facebook page right now, so that's why you hear random me giving shoutouts to people or whatever. So, when I was at the convention, I did have my aura photography taken. What is aura photography? What is aura photography? GrimlockStone, what is aura photography? I'm glad you asked. It is the energy field that is around you with multiple colors that show what is going on with you, with your spiritual soul pushing out. It was very nice. The lady who did it was very nice. My only problem is it didn't feel like she was experiencing how to read the colors, because all the colors are differently and a different part of the aspect more. And I had a little problem with it, but for the most part, it was okay. It was alright. It was like $20 for it, and it was alright. So it was at the Bewitched little spiritual shop that I went to, and I don't know, it was okay. It was interesting to learn some of the things, what the color was. It's good to see the pictures, but I just prefer to see somebody else do it. And like I said, I know somebody else who does a better job of doing this. But I had a puppet with me. This is Mr. Mandrake, and he is a puppet. And I don't know where Mr. Puppet is. I think he's around, but maybe I'll show him. But you've seen him around. He looks like a little voodoo doll, whatever. And she comes across to me and she says, "Oh, aren't those evil? Blah, blah, blah." That's a common misconception, guys. I would like to tell you that's a very bad misconception about puppets. Puppets are, yes, voodoo uses puppets, but it's not always bad, and there are other spiritual rituals or people who use dolls or puppets. For instance, this one's a Native American one, okay, that I bought at a Native American powwow, and if you look like it, it is a doll. But doesn't mean that you can use it for just negative purposes, as Hollywood likes to hype everything up. You know, like witchcraft is evil, blah, 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 Hades is a bad guy, all this BS, just to sell movies to make it entertaining. But this is a puppet, and this is Mr. Mandrake's a puppet. Now this is good for magical energies on whatever you need it to be. So she was talking to me, and she's like, "Well, I was told, blah, blah." I'm like, "Well, you're wrong." I'm like, many different cultures use puppet magic to do magical work on different ways. And I see puppets, personally, of my spiritual views on it, as they are like co-workers or friends that are helping with you. They are not your slaves. They don't slave to do you, like, you tell a puppet, "Do my chores for me," or "Do this," or "Do that." No, it's kind of like a friendship bond kind of thing going on. And it was kind of confusing, like, why she was talking like this to me, confused as she was looking at me. But it was kind of, and I kind of explained what do I use them for. I use Mr. Puppet for healing mostly, channel my energy into healing, so I don't get into anybody's aura field or whatever that gets kind of messy, kind of thing like that. But that's something so I just want to clarify that puppets or dolls can't be always misconception of, you know, evil magic, I would like to say, or negative intent on using it on a person. You can use them for all their positive things also. It all depends, okay? So, Ocean State Paracon was very good. It's always a good feeling. It's a family. I went to a haunted museum where this guy has all kinds of really interesting haunted, cursed items that we checked out. He had like a zombie hand. He had a possessed chair. He had so there's a movie, Christine. Well, apparently this event actually happened with a police car, supposedly, that if you touched it or whatever, you would die of cancer or something would happen. And it's kind of interesting that basic horror is actually based on reality. This is the kind of thing I was been talking about anime, comic books, sci-fi, fantasy. There is a basic reality in it to open up our minds, and Christina is actually probably based off of an actual event. Kind of like The Exorcist. He had one of the robes from The Exorcist, from the real Exorcist that happened, that the story is based on. And it's kind of interesting to see that what's different from Hollywood and from what the actual account or what supposedly happened in the event. So that was something new I learned, and it was actually kind of interesting, and I kind of enjoyed it very much. So there was a lot of positive people, a lot of good feelings. My friend had one of my sisters, my younger sister, had a reading from Tiffany Rice, and apparently her grandmother I don't have an actual biological sister, But I do have a lot of spiritual siblings, you could say, and this is where it gets kind of interesting. So Tiffany Rice was giving my little sister a reading. Tiffany Rice is a very awesome person at what she does. She's very good at what she does, and she's very humble about it also. She doesn't have an ego. Just a nice woman to work with, good energy. What can I say? And she's, she's very talented in what she does. Enough said. So, her grandmother was coming by, and apparently, her grandma was talking to her brothers. Now, my little sister doesn't have any biological sibling, like, brothers. She only has, biological sisters, or, sisters who are related or whatever. And, I always consider myself the brother. I say, just call me brother. It's just easier that way because we kind of have that brother-sister relationship like I do with some of my other people that I know I call sister. Like you've heard of talk about my older sisters more than one. And I feel like there's like a spiritual bond between us and like to my younger sisters also. And this is what, if I call you brother or sister, that should mean a lot to you because I consider you part of my family, my spiritual family, my geek family, my geek clan. I feel like that you are part of that, and that's a good compliment to you, right? So like I said, I have a lot of nieces and nephews, which is kind of interesting because my niece that I brought with me, we had kind of like the same aura picture taken, and the woman asked if we were related in some way. That's kind of interesting. But anyways, off topic. So her grandma comes by, and she's like, coming through the other side, because Tiffany Rice is getting that message. Like, hello, this is the afterlife talking. Yes, can I help you? Oh, yes. Yes, oh, yes, you are her grandmother, okay. And she's talking about her brother. So she says she doesn't. But I always consider myself brother, and she calls me brother, and I call her one of my little sisters. So we actually constantly do that. So I think the grandmother was talking about me, but she kind of dismissed it, and then somebody else got on the line from the afterlife in the other realm of reality and said, "Hey, blah blah blah, I'm the next relative. How you doing?" Da, da, da. So I'm wondering, I'm like, hopefully Grandma is really nice has nice things to say to me, and hopefully I don't get like a knock on the door and I see like this apparition of this mean old Grandma giving me the stink eye because I did something wrong that she disapproved with me hanging around with her granddaughter. Hopefully that's not the case. I really hope that's not the case, but I really don't feel like that. I think it was more of a positive aspect of it. And that's also interesting. Also, my friend RJ had a ventriloquism doll, and a lot of people were saying, like 2 people came up to me and was like, you might want to get that doll checked out. There's something about that doll that's going up. And he's had it for a week, okay? Now, let me give you a tidbit to the wise. If you are not really into the spiritual knowledge of things and you don't know how to work magic and do protection stuff and do with the magical world of things, then really you shouldn't be buying haunted items, and just in case, or you should get them checked out by a professional who knows what they're doing to see if the item is really, okay, it's a nice haunted, or holy fuck, it's evil, so you never know what the fuck you're dealing with. And I'm just saying that he's like, I had it in my house for a week, and blah, 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 and I had it on my daughter's bed for 2 days, and I'm like, shaking my head, like, if I get a call going like, hello, GrimlockStone, I'm like, hey, buddy, what's up? He's like, well, my walls are bleeding right now, And yeah, it's kind of cool, and I'm kind of hearing chants. But yeah, could you come over and get this up? Because I think it's starting to get really violent, and yeah, it's... okay, I'll be over and I'll go check it out. I don't want to get that call. I'm like, yeah, I got your number. I'll be over. Let me just call in the crew, and we'll come over, and we'll do our thing. I don't want to get that call. Honestly, I don't want to get that call. Thank you for Marissa for liking. That's awesome. I don't want to get that call. So he had Tiffany Rice check it out, and it was confirmed that it was like childish or childlike, which is kind of interesting. So maybe I'm thinking maybe like it was maybe a fairy energy attached to it or something else. Who knows? But hopefully everything. Like I said, I saw a lot of strange things at Ocean State Paracon, and it was always interesting. But there are mostly a lot of positive people there, and it's always a fun time to go down to check it out, even though it's a little outdoor con. And I can't say like every vendor who usually has feels really good about it and stuff like that. So thank you for the cook. The cook was awesome. He made this awesome burger for me. It was so good. I was like, this is like one of the best burgers I've ever had. And it was just the second day was just a lot worse than the first day. The first day was kind of easy lay or whatever, but the second day was kind of like I was like that. So I did also take interesting thing was they had a panel on shadow people, and that was kind of interesting to watch. I don't know much about shadow people, but shadow people are humanoid figures or entities that look like a dark mass, basically. It's not really a ghost, it's something more. And people have been experiencing shadow people, and apparently there are different types of shadow people. Now, I've read up on this very little bit, so I only have like a tiny amount of knowledge. So this person was from Massachusetts, and he moved to Ohio, and he was telling us the various experiences of shadow people that he has dealt with, and the interesting things. And his theory is that he thinks that they are kind of like interdimensional beings that are like, we have one planes of existence that meets our planes of existence, and we kind of like connect in some sort of way. And there are different types of shadow people, and it was actually quite interesting, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see a lot of panels this year, because the first day I brought a newcomer who's never been to a like paranormal convention ever, and we were just wandering around and having fun and doing our own thing. So yeah, that's okay. Next year, definitely more panels on that. Though I did get an interesting conversation with somebody else who was talking about a Jewish. I don't know what they call it, but I saw it on Paranormal. Think of it as a it's kind of like a ghost trap, basically like Ghostbusters, except for it's more magically enhanced to keep things in. And people have been buying it and opening them up, and all this bad stuff happens. Another thing, like I said, if you don't know what you're dealing with, you shouldn't get it. Honestly, because you don't know what's in store for you. And this is just a caution to all those curious people who are like, oh, I want paranormal things to happen, blah, blah, blah. Just be careful what you ask for, because you might be inviting some, crazy stuff, and then you'll be like, I don't want this no more. Just saying. So it was quite interesting, and we heard one of the tales of them catching a shadow person, and Woonsocket, which was actually kind of interesting. Creepy Places of New England, the person who hosts that, Charles, who I really enjoy a lot. I think that he's pretty cool. Guy. I actually have some live video of him. I interviewed him, I should say, at the con, saying that he's going to be coming up back with new material. It's a lot of things that are local in this area. So if you're in New England, this is a good place to check it out for local paranormal stuff and like interesting legends. He's very good with the history and stuff like that. So they were talking about shadow people and how he's actually caught a shadow person when he was doing an investigation in a church, which was kind of interesting. I did watch it and I did see it, but it was cool. Like I said, the shadow, interesting topic about shadow people. Very interesting. Most people don't know what they are, but anyways, it was a really good panel. So other things on my mind. Alright, so I'm sick and tired of this all the time. Alright? Do you know those people who are like positive all the time? Everything is positive. Everything is happy all the time. Look at my smiles all the time. I'm always happy all the time. Yeah, I'm so fucking positive that I'm like farting out fucking rainbow sparkles and Care Bears up my ass. Yay! I'm so sick of hearing that. Alright, now, I'm not saying where it was, but there was a problem where there was some negativity that was happening, and it just builds up and builds up. Well, here's the thing, okay? There's a difference between being overly negative, which are people who have things happen to them, and they could have like $1,000 and be like, I gotta pay taxes for $1,000 and blah blah blah, and all this stuff has to go and not be enjoyable. Now that's the difference, okay? And there's also a thing where there's negative things that these negative things that are happening is something that people need to fix and change. And obviously, if you don't change it and it keeps building up, obviously there's a problem. You can't stay positive if you don't fix it. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a fucking volcano. No, I'm sorry. Wrong analogy. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a arm that got chopped off and thinking that I'm positive that is not gonna go away, that you will heal with love and joy all the time. Give me a break, alright? Deal with the emotions. If there's a whole flowing of negativity, find out what the problem is and fix it, okay? And I'm tired of getting shoved in my fucking throat of positivity all the fucking time. We all must be positive all the fucking time. Yeah, all the fucking time. Here, take my fucking positivity. That's great. We must be positive all the time. Give me a fucking break. I am just tired of this shit, really. I am a positive. I am happy. I enjoy life. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta rant and get it over with and done. And obviously, if that big fucking cloud's coming away, blah, 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 and there's a problem that needs to be fixed and it's not being fixed, then obviously, it needs to be fixed. Not that hard. But don't tell me to be positive all the fucking time. I am not a robot. I have emotions that call me human. And I don't want to be fake. Now, I do know that, some people are just generally overly happy. Fine. That's cool. I'm glad that you're overly happy with your life and, that you enjoy life and stuff like that. That's cool. Alright, I understand that. But, I'm just tired that positivity is not going to fucking fix anything. If you don't deal with the negative and find out what the negative problems are and try to fix them, then just shoving all that positivity is not going to make it go away. Okay? It's just going to fester and make it worse. I'm tired of this bullshit where people like think that positivity is the greatest thing since sliced bread and it's gonna fucking solve all the fucking problems. Yes, it's great to be positive and not dwell on the negative, okay? Changing your outlook is good. But to say to be positive 24/7 and people shoving it down your throat is gonna have a negative effect. 2 positive equals a negative. It's mathematically correct. See, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. And I've said this before. It's, you know, it's the people who dwell on it. That's the problem. The people who dwell on it, that they don't go through the emotions and just let it, I'm not going to say it, just move on from their problems and just say, okay, I know this is my lesson in life. You know, things, you know, this happened, but at least I'm going to go through the emotions and I know that the next day or the next 20 minutes is going to be a lot better. And I know that thing, just let me do my emotions and just move on from that. And that's all you really have to do. It's really not that hard. And like I said, it just drives me nuts that we always have to focus on the lighter aspect of life. I love positivity. Oh, I'm getting my butt kicked. I gotta be positive because I'm getting my butt kicked. Yeah, punch me in the face. I'm so happy that you punched me in the face. It's great to get punched in the face. Oh, you're kicking me in the stomach. I'm positive. Yeah, I like getting kicked in the... No. That's how I feel on the subject of what is going on. And it just simply just drives me up a wall. I'm tired of hearing everything is awesome all the time when it really isn't, because you're void of any other type of emotion whatsoever. And you fake it until you make it kind of... You don't learn from the building blocks of these experiences if you're always positive and think you can look at a positive outlook and know that this is a lesson that needs to be learned, but it's okay to deal with that negative aspect, but you just don't dwell on it. That's the thing, is you don't dwell on that negativity and you just move on constantly to a better situation. That's all you fucking need to do. Instead of shoving your goddamn fucking positivity down my fucking throat like it's like cocaine or like, here, may you have another positivity? May I have another positivity? Take some more positivity. What? You're not happy enough? Here, take some more pills. Yeah. Take this, take that. You'll be positive soon. And then you become like a vegetable of positivity because everything is positive and nothing is negative. Because God forbid we look in the dark side of life. Because everything must be happy. Because we must be happy all the time. And if we're not happy all the time, we'll make you be positive. You'll see that. And that's pretty much all I had to say. I just wanted to talk to things on that because I'm just sick of hearing positive people. And people say I am a positive person, which I don't really see that. I think that I am a person that understands that shit's gonna happen and life lessons are gonna happen and that life is hard but it's still good. And I will move through those challenges of life and not dwell on it and not be like the victim of my own path. I will never be the victim of my path. I will constantly move on. Yes, I am human. Yes, I fall from grace a lot because I make mistakes. And that's how I learn from my mistakes. And I move on and I keep evolving into something new and higher on my evolution of my own personal power that dwells within me. All right. There was a case where somebody said you need this, and I was putting up my walls, and apparently that was a bad thing because I'm not open-minded enough. Well, maybe because you told me that you need to do this. I'm sorry, I kind of like put my walls up when some people say you need to do this. And like if it was like you need to do, I felt like a more of a you need to do this than why don't you just check this out and do with it and see how it is or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like how a different wording on it, as if you need to. Well, yeah, of course I put my walls up. You said I need to do this. I don't need to do anything. When anybody says you need to do this, it kind of has that force of control on you, and you feel like, okay. Why? I don't need to do anything if I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I am my own individual. I have learned a lot of things. I don't know everything, but I don't need to do anything. Okay? And what if I go this... And I had a feeling that I probably already know what they're going to do, say anything. And then I got a whole response of something else, and I was like, whatever. Yeah, my walls are up because I have walls. I let people in, but when I feel in my gut like there's something wrong, I'm going to trust that gut feeling, and that's what I was getting. Because you know what? When I don't trust this, or this little guy on my shoulders, a lot of fucked up shit happens. And then I'm like, fuck, I should have listened to the little guys on my shoulders and my gut. I got a big gut. I should listen to my gut more often. And no, it wasn't because I was hungry either. And that's just things that are going through my mind right now. Alright, guys. So, I have a comment, but I don't see it. Oh, wow. Look at all these people who are, checking me out. Hey, Tim, how you doing? Thanks for watching. Jason, thanks for watching. Ashley, thanks for watching. Chris Mills, thanks for watching. Steve, thanks for watching. Marissa, thanks for watching. Charlie, thanks for watching. Apparently, Facebook decides to hide you guys from me. Gee, and if I knew you were there, I would have been like, oh, okay. So that is what is going on right now. And thanks for you guys watching me. Awesome, always good to see you. So until then, guys, I will talk to you later. So enjoy your day. And this is GrimlockStone signing out, and I'll talk to you later. Ugh. For you Facebookers, Icewing hasn't been around lately. Yes, I know, guys. I know it's just the Icework Stone Hammer show, and I know it wasn't about gaming, but that's okay. So if you like this, hit the like button. If you like it, subscribe it, share it. Do all those wonderful things to support me, or whatever. If you don't, oh well, I guess that's something new. So until then, guys, I will be back later, you YouTubers, on some other interesting things. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Alright, this is GrimlockStone, and we're signing out.